So the seniors and masters venture out onto the circuit then for 14 laps of the course here at LYL, and it's going to be a very competitive grid indeed. Yuk Kapo versus Austin Gale, take 3. Toby Gale third from Kimi Chan. The brilliant Kai Burke up in 5th on the grid this time from Ethan Sito, the privateer. Then it's Shavesh Sentil with Zariev Raikal. Michael Coe is in 9th place from Zhao Chiyan. Wadapong Aimwachan and Miguel Quinones in P12. Then it's Mohamed Ferris Fezril, who had that difficulty in the start of the race too yesterday. Wadasak Aimwachan, then Tian Runchen, Zachary Boyce, Ryan Gunawadana and Karine Kaur, followed by Megat Zulkarnain and Paco Miguel Sarmiento. Seth Waldron in front of Nawin Natipanon. Alpish Patel 23rd in front of Ayan Marwa. And then finishing off the field, Mohamed Asif from Melvin Shane, Andy Bourret, Harith O and Daniel Jaigi. So as the 29 drivers are there getting into position, it's going to be a very competitive race. Certainly not the rain interruptus that we had yesterday. 2 formation laps of the course once again as Yuk Kapo warms the field up. And the drivers are looking for a really sensational race of it. They're going to get one. So it was a really good effort from our drivers up at the sharp end of the field yesterday. Yuk Kapo coming up with the goods to take 2 victories. But had the race been the length of this one, I've got a feeling that Austin Gale might have been able to topple Yuk Kapo and make his move. As it was, he hasn't quite been able to achieve that in the first 2 heats. But now that the circuit conditions are slightly hotter and the drying track is going to make things even better as the track gets better with time, this is the chance for Austin Gale to really step up and pay attention. But what about his brother right behind him, Toby Gale? He's been an absolute whirlwind this weekend. First race in senior, and he's already been outpacing the reigning champion, Kimi Chan, and several of his compatriots as one of the youngest men in the field. So keep an eye on Toby Gale. 3rd position, he could do something pretty spectacular here. But Austin Gale has certainly had the tenacity to go after Yuk Kapo, starting arguably on the wrong side of the field to make a good start, but let's see what he can do with it. We saw Sera Kojima get a great start in the Junior X30 from the outside, so it's certainly achievable to get into the first corner first from second, but it's not easily done. So we'll have to see how the progress continues with the double wave yellows continuing. The drivers forming up into position. Yuk Kapo on the Kart Republic alongside Austin Gale in the CRG. Let's see what kind of performance we'll get from the front end of the field. Watch out for Kai Burke as well, the Australian P5, making great progress in the Biralat Asia Kart. Off the turn, let's see what we can get as we race at LYL once again. Good start on the far side as Kimi Chan assists Toby Gale to move forward. Oh, there's a problem on the start line. Spin from the 274. That's gone terribly wrong for 274, Mohamed Asif, and problems as well for Ethan Sito. So Ethan Sito with problems off the start. Meanwhile, the rest of the drivers are able to work their way forward. And the Gale brothers run in 2nd and 3rd. I think that might be Toby in front of Austin, in fact. But Yuk Kapo has got a little bit of daylight between them off the start. And it is indeed the 223 in front of the 231. So Toby is in front of Austin for the time being. But they can team up and work together. Oh, contact in the hairpin. 2-3 karts going around. And that's gone terribly wrong for a couple of drivers in the field. And I'm sorry to say that that is a CRG beached on the side. That is a very unfortunate end for Seth Waldron. Seth Waldron trying to restart the CRG, very unlucky. Nothing he did wrong there at all. It was the concertina effect, and he got tangled up in it. So Seth Waldron, his race is over. Very unhappy indeed. He can't believe his luck. And in a field like this, when you've got so many karts out there, 1 or 2 drivers are always going to get spat out to the scenery. Here comes Kimi Chan. Kimi Chan is trying to take on Austin Gale. So Austin Gale's got to go a little bit defensive to keep his position over Kimi Chan for the moment. But certainly a tough old race of it. Lots of good battles through the field. Look at Seth Waldron, absolutely enraged. And I don't blame him. Not his fault at all. But when you've got too many karts into too small a space, what can you do? Poor Seth Waldron. So Toby Gale runs in 2nd position, trying to close up on the leader. Yuk Kapo has made a very big start and has already started to stretch almost a second clear of the rest of the drivers. But Yuk Kapo doesn't want to push too So the danger of pushing too far too soon for Yukapo causes real difficulties for him if he pushes the tyres too hard, but certainly at the moment he's looking nice and tidy. He looks over his shoulder, probably can't quite believe he's already a second clear of everybody. Meanwhile, Kimi Chan is under some pressure from Kai Burke. Kai Burke is now challenging up at the front end of the field. The Australian is really going at it, trying to take on Kimi Chan. That's the reigning champion, don't forget, and Kai Burke is just going straight for it. Austin Gale causing a little bit of a pincer movement at the moment as Kai Burke gets a chance. Bit of mistake from Kimi Chan. He gets onto the water, and that could be a chance for Kai Burke. He has to think about it. Kimi Chan protects to the middle of the road. But this is fantastic in the top 5. And don't forget that Kai Burke was one of the fastest drivers in warm-up this morning. He also set the fastest lap of the race at the end of yesterday. So the Australian is really starting to make waves here in Kuala Lumpur. Yukapo leads. It's a great battle going on further back as the last 2 karts in the mix are having a great wheel-to-wheel. That's the battle between Mohamed Hassif and Ethan Sito, I believe. Well, we've had a couple of drivers retire from the race. Alpesh Patel has not been able to get going after all. So Alpesh Patel for the race. Looks like Ethan Sito in... Oh yes, Ethan Sito did park his car up at the middle section. So Ethan Sito out of the race. So the 2 that are battling at the back are Nawin Natipanon and Mohamed Hassif. So now we're going to get to see if Kimi Chan can hold his nerve in front of the Birolart. Kai Burke still pushing hard. Feroz Fezrel Fozi having a good time of it as he tries to get on terms now with Kimi Chan. So what happened to Kai Burke? He's lost a couple of places there behind Shavish Sentil now. So Kai Burke has lost a bit of ground. Yukapo now 1.5 clear of Toby Gale. Austin Gale 3rd, then Kimi Chan. Then that looks like Feroz Fezrel Fozi behind him, his teammate. Then it is Shavish Sentil. Kai Burke is still there, but nowhere near as close as he was. And then it's the reigning junior champion, Zadiev Raikal. So across the line, the battles continue to rage as Yukapo looks fairly confident up front. Toby and Austin Gale, though, 2nd and 3rd. Having a good race of it as they run the far side. Big slide from Shavish Sentil, who again is making good progress in this one. Working his way up to P6. So some good performances as they continue to work forward. Yukapo, Toby Gale, and then this battle for 3rd between Austin Gale, Kimi Chan, and Feroz Fezrel Fozi, with Shavish Sentil and Kai Burke waiting in the wings. Austin Gale going ultra defensive. Far side, Kimi Chan. Feroz Fezrel Fozi gets a level. Can't quite make the overtake. Austin Gale is having to go ultra defensive to keep the reigning champion back. Kimi Chan does not have the chance to get through here. Kimi Chan, the man who dominated in 2024 ever since the Asia Open at Macau. He's really struggled to make the same progress. And here in the first round, Kimi Chan has got a lot of catching up to do on the pace of Yukapo, and even Toby Gale in the CRG, run by MRC Motorsport, has a really big advantage. So Kimi Chan will try again, but at the moment, Feroz Fezrel Fozi's got a lot of problems to cope with. Shavish Sentil and Kai Burke are all over him. So let's see if there's going to be another move. Coming off the turn, Austin Gale is keeping that car as wide as possible. Kai Burke! Slam dunk from Kai Burke on the inside of Shavish Sentil. Beautiful racecraft from Kai Burke. As now Zadiev Raikal joins the train. He fancies his chances now on Sentil. And Feroz Fezrel Fozi slides in on Kimi Chan. Kai Burke could get there as well. Kai Burke backs out of it. Well, that could very nearly have been 2-1 there for the Australian. So now Feroz Fezrel Fozi gets into 4th position ahead of Kimi Chan, who is really struggling. The tyre pressures don't look right to me. He just doesn't seem to have raw 1-lap pace at the moment. And now Kai Burke fancies his chances. Oh, the reigning senior champion! On the reigning senior champion, Kai Burke slingshots into the final hairpin, and Kai Burke passes the reigning senior X30 champ, Kimi Chan. Great work from Kai Burke. So Kai Burke gets it done once again. The man from Benderberg got to hold on to it on the inside line. Kimi Chan gets level, but it's not enough. Kai Berg is too good on defense. Now he's going to back them up, and this could be a chance for Zadiev Raikal. How about this now for a squabble? The reigning senior champion battling with his teammate, the reigning junior champion. Kimi Chan versus Zadiev Raikal. Raikal goes for the move, and he's there. Kimi Chan has to concede to Zadiev Raikal. Oh, Kimi Chan is really struggling in this one. This is a very tough title defense for Kimi Chan. Jukka Bo now 2 seconds clear of Toby Gale. Third position, Austin Gale has got away from Fedos Fesrafosy. And Kai Berg has got an advantage now over Zadiev Raikal and Kimi Chan. Then Sentil, then Michael Coe, who is joining the battle at the back of the train. So down the straight, 7 laps to go with 7 completed. Jukka Bo still 2.5 ahead of Toby Gale, who's just got to run his race. He's got to be careful on tyre management. If he can do a better job of looking after the tyres than Jukka Bo, he's still got a chance at Toby Gale. The gap is 2.5 seconds. It's a large gap, but it's all going to be on tyres. And that's a breakdown up at the bridge. So who we got dropping back? That looks to me like Melvin Shane. No, it's Mohamed Hassim, I think. Well, manages to get started again. Great. We've obviously also lost Ryan Gunawadana. So Ryan Gunawadana having some problems there on the Birala from Stratos. But it's more mechanical problems and limping back to the pits. Looks like we've got a real difficulty there for another driver in the field who pulls in to retire into the pit lane. Big disappointment. So Jukka Bo, Toby Gale, Austin Gale. Jukka Bo looks over his shoulder to try and see how far back Toby Gale is, and he knows that he's close enough that he's got to still keep on top of these tyres. Toby Gale has actually brought the gap down already from 2.5 to 2.3. So Toby Gale is getting the job done. Austin Gale in front of Fedos Fesrafosy. And then in 5th place it's Kai Berg now in front of Zadiev Raikal and Kimi Chan. Shavish Sentil and Michael Coe is 9th. Then it's Warapong Aimwachan in front of Megad Zulkarnain and Miguel Quinones. So Kimi Chan swarming around, trying to get his move on the inside of his teammate. There goes Kai Berg! Kai Berg gets the run there on Zadiev Raikal. So Kai Berg moves up. No, sorry, that's Fedos Fesrafosy. So Kai Berg is into P4 now. I don't know what the Aussies have had for breakfast this morning, but they need a caseload of it from now on. Excellent from Jack Larson in junior, excellent from Berg in senior. So great racing so far. Kai Berg puts himself in a 4th place, and now there goes the move from Zadiev Raikal. No, that's Kimi Chan. Kimi Chan is back on the warpath. So Kimi Chan has worked his way past Raikal and past Fedos Fesrel. So Kimi Chan is back into 5th position again, and he leads his teammates through. Fedos Fesrafosy and Zadiev Raikal. Raikal is now under pressure from Shavish Sentil. So Raikal needs to get on with it and take on Fedos Fesrafosy. But there is Kai Berg, 4th position in the Birala. So can Kimi Chan get back on terms with him? 5 laps to go. Jukka Bo trying to stay consistent in front of Toby Gale, with Austin Gale bearing down on his brother. The gap between Jukka Bo and Toby Gale seems steady at 2.3, but Toby Gale does look like he's actually got a better kart underneath him long term. So Kai Berg has now got pressure from Kimi Chan, but Fedos Fesrel and Zadiev Raikal are not far away. Shavish Sentil trying to stay with them, and Michael Coe on the Kiddix Asia Academy car, the Kart Republic chassis, trying to keep with it. 4 laps to go. Jukka Bo has found a little bit more pace. That should give him a little bit more breathing space to work with. Just 23 of them still running in this race now by the look of it. Make that 24. So problems then for Ryan Gunawadana, Ethan Sito, Seth Waldron and Alpesh Patel in this race, as they have not gone the distance. Meanwhile, Zadiev Raikal is reeling in Fedos Fesrafosy again. Really tough in the DRM team because you've got so many good quality drivers. They end up having to race each other. So a tough race battle, but Jukka Bo has 2.4 on Toby Gale. Austin Gale is catching up to his brother. So it's becoming a really interesting mission for second place now. If Austin can get close enough to Toby, there might just be a chance for them to work in unison to catch up to Yukapo, but they've only got 3 laps to do it. Looks like it could be second and third for Toby and Austin Gale, but fourth place is nowhere near decided yet. Kai Berg has still got Kimi Chan right behind him, and Feroz Fesrofozi is looking like he's going to have some big pressure cooker moments from Zadia Vraikal very soon. So Zadia Vraikal trying to keep close to his teammate, looking for those overtaking maneuvers. There's the leader, Yukapo. There is Toby Gale, and his brother Austin is not far behind. So the gap goes up again to 2.6 seconds. But it will be an interesting challenge for the contenders as they make more good use of the situation. So Toby Gale, Yukapo is the man in front of him. He's trying to close that gap, but it's not going to work out. Meanwhile, up the top of the bridge, a little bit of air time there for the 2 DRM drivers battling away. That's Kimi Chan trying to close up on Kai Berg, but Kai Berg looks pretty strong in P4. Excellent racecraft again. 2 to go. 2.6 seconds in it, and 2 to go as Yukapo runs ahead of Toby Gale. Austin Gale is pretty much on his own there in third position, trying to stay with his brother. But now Kai Berg in P4 from Kimi Chan and Feroz Fesrofozi. Zadia Vraikal, Shavit Sentil. So now, is there going to be one final sting in the tail from Shavit Sentil, because he's closed right up on Zadia Vraikal. Vraikal's going to have to work hard here. Feroz Fesrofozi is proving to be a difficult man to overtake. He can't quite get close enough to him to make the ultimate overtake. And still there's more battles around the course. Everyone's seemingly finding a good race around them. But certainly over the top of the bridge, Yukapo has done what he needs to get away from Toby Gale in the closing stages. Just managing tyres well. And so the Kart Republic of Yukapo will go over the line one more time. And there's 1 lap to go here. So Toby Gale in front of Austin Gale. And Yukapo has found a little bit more pace, 2.9 seconds. Now the gap between him and Toby Gale. So that will keep it nice and tidy as Yukapo continues his run. Some good race battles all the way down the field as Wadapong Amwachan is battling away with Megat Zulkarnain and Miguel Quinones. So there's some good race battles all the way through the course. So there is the leader. Good work again so far as the drivers continue to make good progress. Waiting as we go under the bridge. Yukapo is going to come through for the victory. Couple of last lap maneuvers. Zadia Vraikal's close right up on Feroz Fesrofozi. So it is going to be tricky, but over the top of the bridge, Yukapo has done enough here. Toby Gale is being reeled in by his brother in the closing stages. Austin will want to get second, but I think he's going to run out of time. Out of the final turn, Yukapo dominates in fine style. He gets the win. Second for Toby Gale in front of his brother Austin. Hands applauding to Kai Berg. Fourth position. Oh no, wait, what's happened? What's happened to the Birla? I did go through already. So Kai Berg in front of Kimi Chan. He'd already gone through. So Kai Berg in fourth position ahead of Kimi Chan. Zadia Vraikal ahead of Shavit Sentil, Feroz Fesrofozi, Michael Coe, and Megat Zulkarnain in P10. Great work then from the boys from Australia. They put in an excellent race in junior and senior. But nobody can stop the march of Yukapo. So Yukapo has done a great job. Get into the lead and pull clear. No major concerns for him in this one. And he now goes into the final. He goes into the final with pole position secure. So tough race battles then up at the front end of the field. Lots of great overtakes in senior 30. A race that had lots of chopping and changing around the course. But certainly a great victory for Yukapo, who did a grand job to get a decent bit of distance and then pull clear. Yukapo takes the win from Toby Gale and Austin Gale. Kai Burke in a great fourth place, charging his way ahead of Kimi Chan. Zadiev Raikal ahead of Shavish Sentil and Mohamed Ferris Fezrofozi. Michael Coe ninth in front of Megat Zulkarnain. 11th position for Wadapong Aimwichan in front of Miguel Quinones. Then Paco Miguel Sarmiento, Ayan Marwa, Zhao Shuyan, Karine Carr doing a good job there in 16th. She was in front of Tian Rachen, Daniel Jegai, Radasak Aimwichan and Zachary Boyce in 20th. Then it's Andy Bourret in front of Harith O, Melvin Shane, and then the last two home, Mohamed Hasif and Noe Natipanon. Retirements, sadly, for Ryan Gunawadana, Ethan Sito, Seth Waldron, and Alpesh Patel, who didn't take the start.